So I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I did like a sit down talking. You know what I'm saying. It's been a while. So I have been out of college for a few weeks now. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing like a, not really advice video, but just like a freshman year of college, first year of college Q&A. So I posted on my Instagram probably, yeah, it was like a week before I finished my first year. Just ask me any questions about freshman year and I'll be sure to answer them, so because I wanted to make this video. So yeah, okay, so I have questions right here. So before I answer that, so I'm just gonna basically give like a rundown of my college experience, not really answering the questions yet. So I went to a private Christian college in my state, and I was separated from my twin sister for the first time. That was like our decision, like we went different colleges just to branch out away from each other. And yeah, so we both went to Christian colleges. She went to one out of state and I went to one in state, and my major is worship arts. So if you don't know what that is, it's like worship leading, because I'm a Christian, so I'm just like basically learning the rundown of like music and how to like lead worship and all that stuff for churches. So yeah, that's my major. And first going to college, I really liked it. I met an amazing group of people, and we hung out like every single day, and it was just like the typical college like experience you would hope to have. We would just, I don't know, we were just really close. And if any of you guys are watching this, I'm so glad I met you. But God had different plans throughout the first year. So the program it wasn't like up to date, I would say. This is not like any hate at all, but like it just wasn't like what I was expecting or like what I was hoping to learn being there. Even just like the first year, I could tell, but I was just going to stay there because like I really liked the people there, and I figured like I would learn things from my church and like whatnot with that. So yeah, that was like around Thanksgiving when I was like thinking that, and then I went back to college, and then the week or the day of Christmas break, we got emails saying that like they were canceling some programs and some majors for incoming freshmen. And since I was already a freshman, I could still finish my major. But the one that they canceled was worship arts. That was one of them that they canceled. So right away I was just thinking like maybe this is like God trying to like lead me somewhere else. So I was just like praying about it, and like the more I kept thinking about it and like praying about it, I was just kind of feeling like myself disconnecting from the school that I was attending. So during the whole 3 weeks of Christmas break, I was just applying to a different school, sending my transcripts and trying to figure all that stuff out, and also talking to my pastors. And so that's like, if anyone still doesn't know, like any of my personal friends or close friends, whatever, if anyone doesn't know yet, that was why I decided to transfer colleges. So it wasn't anything like against the school or anything. It was just my major was cut, and I wanted to go to a school that was just going to continue to pour into the program and not try to just finish it off. So I mean, some people are still doing that, and that's fine with them, but I just felt like God was leading me differently. So yeah, the school that I ended up applying to was the college that my sister goes to out of state. So next year in the fall, I will be going to another college with my sister, and I'm going to be rooming with her and then our other friend who's going to be a freshman in college from our church. So yeah, be looking forward to those vlogs. But I think that pretty much sums up the whole situation. Oh, and the reason that I decided to transfer to that school was because they have a really good worship program and like music program, and I visited that college when I went with my sister last year when we were college touring, so I knew like what it was about, and I don't know, I just really like it there. So now for the questions. So first question is, was it hard living away from your parents for so long and being independent? When I went to college, I was like really ready to get out of the house and like be independent and stuff. So I don't think it was really that hard for me personally. Like I kind of am an independent person. Like I don't really need like anybody to hold my hand per se to like do things. So I was just like ready to just, you know, live life. And yeah, it was kind of hard like living away from like church and like friends and family and stuff. So like by Thanksgiving, like I was so ready to be home. I mean, I still went home like 2 times I think before Thanksgiving, just because I was in state and it was only 2 hours away and I had like some things going on at home. But this question also goes along with it. How did you handle living away from your friends and family for long periods of time? So yeah, for me personally, like I was able to go home a lot more often than some people, because 2 hours really isn't that far away. Obviously I couldn't go home like every day or every weekend because, you know, gas money starts to add up, but I really started missing my friends also around like Thanksgiving time, and especially second semester. I was literally so homesick, and I think it was just because since I was like in the process of transferring, I was like already disconnected from the school, so it made me like want to be home more. And also I really missed my church being at college, because there was something like so special about my church and that I've never found like in any other church, any other like people. And I hope that whoever's watching this, that you guys will find a church that you love one day, if you haven't yet already, or that you would just love your church and just find that. So being away from my friends and family was hard, and I cried a few times because of it, but my roommate was actually really supportive, and like all my friends they were just trying to like help me through like hard times and stuff. And like obviously we all can relate, like we all miss our friends from home and like stuff like that. So I think how I handled it was just trying to find that friendship, and not saying like replacing that friendship, but like trying to find other friends like where I'm at, because like you're placed in an area for a reason, and you're not there without a purpose. So yeah, I just tried to find friends that I could talk to, and like it helps because I had a couple people from my church that go to that school, so like we were able to just talk and stuff. So it was like having a little piece of home away from home. This one, how did you make time for the Lord with having a busy schedule and having a roommate? This also was really hard first semester, because I kind of just like got into like this habit of just like staying up super late. Like we would stay up till like 2 when I had like a 7:45 class the next morning, which is terrible. Like do not do that. Like it kind of just happens like with freshmen. Like we all are like, ooh, this new freedom, like oh, there's new people, we can like do whatever we want, nobody tells us not to. Don't stay up too late. Get some sleep and create a schedule, because that's what I had to find out second semester. Like I put my foot down and like I had to set a schedule, otherwise I was just gonna lose my mind. So it, like having time for the Lord was like kind of hard for me first semester, because I didn't make it as much of a priority as I should have, and like I knew better to like not. But first semester was just kind of, I don't even know, like it was just weird. So there was a point where I stopped reading my Bible as much as I used to, and like I didn't really make time for the Lord a priority, because it was a Christian school, and I was like, yeah, we have chapel like twice a week and I go to church and stuff, but let me tell you guys, like reading your Bible is so important. Like I started to feel like drained and like without joy by the end of the first semester, which I think was why it was like so hard for me to be at school. And I forget who I was talking to, but they were like how I was doing at college, and then I was just like explaining basically what I just said, and they're like, I think that has a direct correlation, like reading the word and like joy. Like if you aren't spending time with God, like he is literally joy and he gives you joy. So if you're not spending time with him and like pursuing that joy, then why would you have joy? Why would you like be happy? Why would you be full? Yeah, having a roommate who like believes in the same things as you is like so much better than obviously having someone who doesn't. So my roommate, I was really, really lucky to have her, because like we had pretty much the same views on like everything, and like we talked a lot about like our faith and like all that stuff. So when I would see like her reading her Bible, it would like encourage me to read mine, or like stuff like that. And also sometimes you just have to like put your foot down, like I said, and take time and make God a priority, because you're gonna see your friends the next day. Like you don't have to go out to like Taco Bell or whatever at like midnight because your friends are going and you haven't read your Bible that day, or like you need to spend time with God. Like your friends are gonna understand, and if they don't, then you need to find new friends. and I understand how it feels to have FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, I really have that, but you're really not missing out on much when you need to be spending time with God. That makes sense. So you have to have self-discipline. Okay, this question is, what was it like making new friends? Was it hard, easy? How did you use discernment about them? School that I went to, it was so easy to just like make friends because like the community is literally so great there, which is like why I liked the school to begin with. So like my roommate, when she like got there to school, we kind of just like, it was kind of weird, like we kind of just like did everything together, which most roommates typically don't do that with each other. And then also at the school, like we had this thing called core groups, so they're like a group of like 15 to 20 freshmen that you're put with to like get to know, and that way you have like somebody to eat with and stuff. So I don't know, I thought that was a pretty good idea, just so you can meet people. And also, since the community is so good, like you can literally just meet someone, like honestly just all become friends. So I think one night, I think it's like probably the third day of school, like we were all going to this event that the school was doing, or me and my roommate were going to this event that the school was doing, and there was a girl from her core that was there, so like, and her roommate, and so like we met up with those two. And then I think the next day, like we went to a soccer game, and then there's just a couple people that they knew, and then we all ended up becoming friends. And then just like we sat under our school's clock tower at like midnight, and we're just like talking about like our testimonies and like worshiping under the clock tower. And like ever since then, like we became like a really close group of friends. So that was really easy for me. And I would say just like, even if you're a super shy, like introverted person, like be out, not really out there, but like just try to be open to people, because you never know who you're gonna meet. Sometimes you have to force yourself out of like your comfort zone, because if you don't do that, then you're literally not gonna meet anyone. So it is really not hard to make friends. I'm like a mixture of extroverted and introverted. I'm more on the extroverted side, but like sometimes I can still be like really shy and like quiet. But if you just like open yourself up and just say like, hey, my name's this, like, and just try to make small talk, which I know that's probably people's like biggest fear if you're introverted. But it's really not that hard to like make small talk. Like just literally like ask someone about like their hometown, like if they played sports, what's their major. It's really like easy stuff. And then if you just like continue talking like that, then if they're gonna be a good friend for you, like you can decide that with their answers and stuff. But it's like it was pretty easy for me to make friends, and I'm glad that I met the people that I did. And how did you use discernment about them? So it's like a couple people that I met, which I knew that I wasn't supposed to like close with them, just for like reasons that like we didn't agree on some things, and like they asked me to do things that I wouldn't necessarily do. So I kind of just like, sometimes you just gotta like distance yourself from people and not be super close, and just like say hi to them when you see them, and like you can still like hang out with them every once in a while, but as long as you're like rooted in what you believe and like what you stand for, then there's no problem in just like sitting with someone like for lunch or something, because you can pour into those people. Also, you just have to know like what you wouldn't do and what you know is right, and you have to push that popularity aside. So this person asked me, what's something we should really know going into college? So I would say basically like what I said before, like know what you stand for, know what you believe in, and don't let anybody change that. You have to, if you're a Christian, you should still show love to others. And I would say like a big piece of advice, like something that I learned, is really good to just sometimes sit back and just love people to Christ, rather than trying to like force something or just like try to. Some people can take things different ways than what you're trying to do, and I know that so many people have this problem being Christians and trying to like reach others. My worship pastor told me this the other day, like he was talking about like being creative and stuff in this context. Like sometimes you have to be a window and not a mirror. So I was thinking that like that relates to like trying to evangelize to people too. Like sometimes you have to be a window and just let people see to you and like see your heart and just your love and stuff, rather than being a mirror and trying to reflect like your beliefs back onto someone who's like may not be a Christian. So just try to love people the best where they're at, and just understand that everyone's at a different point in their journey, and the best thing that you can do is be there for someone. Okay, so that is all of the questions. If you have any more questions, you can just comment them down below and I'll answer them for you. But yeah, look forward to more videos throughout the summer. Comment any video requests, and check the Instagram in the description to follow my singing account or my music account if you guys want to just support me that way, just by following and just watching those videos. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!